Well, good afternoon. I hope that you're having an awesome day. I'm finally having an awesome day. This is my last presentation. This one has been prepared far enough in advance that it might be some cohesive process and it wasn't just random musings and things like that. But this presentation goes pretty quickly, and it goes with a lot of thank yous and other things. And so if you've been to closing ceremonies before, you're just going to be applauding the whole time, and it's fine, and everything else. So yeah, get it out of your system. Okay, let's explain this really quickly. So for those of you that were not in the other presentation just a few minutes ago, I did give my best explanation for this, and somebody created this. I still don't know who. I have suspicions. I have some suspicions, but somebody photoshopped this on an early picture that I took of myself and many of the other committee members in planning, probably back in 2014 or something like this. Is old, and they photoshopped a bunch of unicorn pants. And then this shows up every year in slides and other things like that. And so I finally decided I'm going to own it. Like, if I own it, then I control it, right? So the meme is now mine. Anyways, that's it. We're not going to waste any more time on that. Okay, these are going to be similar slides to what you saw during the opening ceremonies. We're just going to do them in reverse, but not really. This conference has been brought to you by the Utah Saint Organization. And many other people that are not directly affiliated with that. So here's our conference. It's a really cool slide. I dimmed the logos in the back, but there are a lot of people doing a lot of interesting and crazy things this year, and has made this, and what I feel is probably, not even probably, this is our best SAINTCON conference for content and everything else ever. Don't applaud yet. Don't applaud yet. That's okay. Hold it. Hold it. Okay. You're going to be able to applaud here in just a second, but I want to, and I didn't even tell Mike. Is Mike around? Mike and Katie, please. I know you're eating. Sorry, I'm going to put you right on the spot. This is how closing ceremonies goes, by the way. This is just kind of a, okay, what? I should have told you. I'm sorry. There's your mic. Okay, we're going to do a riff off right now. You ready? No. I just want you to come up here and get the recognition that you deserve for the badge. And I don't know where your sweet wife is, but half of those claps are for your sweet wife as well. This is MK Factor. Him and his wife are MK Factor. This is CompuKid Mike. He does an amazing job on our badge every year. And he's very socially introverted. Is that even turned on? Like, we have.
I think so. Yeah,
okay, yeah, we need to hear your voice.
Okay.
Like, he's alive. Of all of the people on our conference planning committee, this guy works probably the most, because it takes a ton of logistics and time and energy to develop, design, engineer, program. Like, when you're building a Clue game on a Raspberry Pi Pico, how long did that take you?
A while.
Yeah, a while. When you're designing something from the ground up, it takes a lot of time. So they deserve the recognition. This is the same person that builds DEF CON badges now. He's part of our community. He's part of our committee and things. And so he deserves the recognition. And then all I was going to do is give you an opportunity to talk about the badge challenge, how that went. Do you have the winners and stuff ready to go?
Zeblag does.
Oh, Zeblag put it on his slide. That's great. That's fine. And then the only other thing I'm going to ask you is, what are you willing to share about 2023 badge?
Oh. Apparently nothing. They said nothing.
Let's use a mic that works better.
Okay. Apparently I can't share anything.
So he's subject to authority, obviously. All right. As the committee chairman, what are you willing to share about the badge for next year?
All right. So next year will be very interactive between attendees. We're going back to lots of gameplay between everyone, so it should be really awesome.
That's all you get. Okay, you go sit down now. Thank you. I mean, I've embarrassed you enough. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Next year's badge, because we only plan one conference ahead, and you know that crazy phrase, we talked about it over there just a little bit ago, but wouldn't it be cool if, we've all had that phrase in our brain, right? That's what happened to think about this next year's badge, and it's going to be epic. Okay. Quickly, I'm going to get through and just talk about some of the events that we had this year. Family night event was off the hook last night. Yeah, I mean, you can sort of apply. If you want to wait, I'll talk to you about all the rest of these too. But the Vent event was brand new this year. How many of you guys got to share a story in the Vent? Okay, all hypothetically, right? Like this happened at some organization, asking for a friend, right? That's what that's for. Sometimes we just need to have somebody else to listen to and understand what we're going through, and that's why we created that. I had the best story, but somebody, Chris, scheduled me to speak at the same time as the Vent event, so I didn't get to come in and share mine. Hack in the Box, we appreciate them. They are an unofficial part of SAINTCON, but across the street, if you want to hang out with the keynotes in the evening and just kind of chat with some really smart and interesting people, I could spend a long time talking about all the different events. We're so appreciative to the people that brought and worked on the different events that we had this year. Hold on. I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay, maybe we just... And then we want to also thank our presenters this year. We had the biggest submissions, or the biggest number of submissions ever to our call for presenters, almost to the point that we didn't have to go out and poach, beg, borrow, and steal people's presentations. Now, we did a little bit of that still, but we almost filled our entire conference with just submitted presentations this year. An amazing feat for us, and it was awesome. So we thank all of our presenters. It would not be appropriate for me to not also thank our sponsors. I don't know how many of you are in the room, but sponsors are the folks that allow us to have cool things. The badge around your neck, more appropriately, all of the free sodas, the discount prices for lunches and food, and all the other things that we do are made possible in large part by contributions for our sponsors. They also contribute to our contests, communities, events, and other things. They help us build the wireless network that we have to throw into the place. And again, I'll mention Centricom specifically, but they just decided to upgrade a 10 gig link right before the conference, saying, we think you guys might need this. And I don't know if Chunk's around, but he mentioned the other day that we had hit over that gig threshold. So we would have hit the ceiling this year, one way or the other. And so we're grateful that we had the bandwidth to hang out and have a good time here. I don't know what we did with that bandwidth, but anyway. Okay, last couple of reminders for you. If you didn't catch this in the opener...
Wait.
Okay, whoa.
We're not done with thank you. If you've been here, you've heard this called TroyCon. Raise your hand if you've heard SAINTCON called TroyCon.
You're early.
No. We're doing it.
There's a slide for this. Hold on.
There's a TroyCon slide?
Not necessarily. Hop off the stage.
All right, I'll be back.
I'll get there. He'll be back.
I'll be back.
I'm going to talk really quickly. Yeah, just it's okay. No, it doesn't say Troy. Okay, anyways, join the Discord, okay? The best, I mentioned it over here, and you got a big old cheer and everything else in this previous presentation. Well, I wasn't going to fall off. I mean, I felt my toes. Sorry. This gets really weird. I didn't get much sleep last night, and you're seeing it live, right? We're doing this live. Okay, I do want to mention that Utah has one of the most vibrant and connected cybersecurity communities anywhere. It's been proven over and over and over again. There's more people from Utah that go to DEF CON and ShmooCon and all these other different cybersecurity conferences and events than any other group out there. In fact, and I mentioned it over here, so sorry if it's a little redundant to some of you, but we are in Utah, and we have just filled this convention center with 1,500 IT and security professionals, where only about 14% are from out of state. That's a lot of cybersecurity people. Now, if you're looking for a way to join that community together and become part of it, this is where we chill, right here. This Discord, the SAINTCON Discord server, it's well boosted. by SAINTCON organization funds so that it's got all the bells and whistles and everything else. Come hang out, come interact, and join the conversation that we have there, because SAINTCON doesn't really stop after today. It continues, and you have some of the best and brightest folks on that Discord server all the time. And there's all of the other communities as well out there. There's the 801 Labs community that you can join as well. You can join the DEF CON community and stuff. We're all living on Discord these days. I don't know why, but Slack sucked. So here we go. The other thing is, a little housekeeping item. If you didn't have a meal ticket and you are sitting in this room watching all of these people eat all of these lunches, go out and grab a lunch while they last, because oftentimes, because there's so few people that come back for the final Friday event, that we always, because of liability, we need to make sure that there's food for everybody. We always have a ton of food left over, and it hurts my heart when it gets tossed to the dumpster because they can't take it to a homeless shelter or somewhere else because of the timing and everything else. Sorry, somebody's trying to call me. You'll get back up here. Anyways, so please, if there's leftovers out there and everybody that has a food ticket has had an opportunity, please grab a lunch so that they get eaten and such. So we're taking out the meal card need for that. Okay, this is where the thank you part starts for the volunteers. Okay, we've talked about the communities and everything else, but it does literally take an army of people to volunteer their time and energy to make this conference happen. There are over 100 volunteers. You've seen them in the green shirts that look just like you see on the screen right here. You've seen 40 or so staff members or committee members, so it's actually about 60 to 70 people with red shirts walking around the conference this week. Those are the folks that make this happen. They didn't get paid to be here. They showed up and they donated their time, and they wanted to chill and have a big security family reunion this week. And so we were here, and that's how this conference runs. So right now is a great time to applaud our volunteers and staff members. And then, not to be outdone, you should probably get ready with whatever you're going to do. This is the conference planning committee for this year. The ones that are in silhouette, there's no offense to them. It's just that the artist that does these drawings takes some time, and there were some late additions and some changes and some other things. And so we're going to work on getting more of these really cool figurines made and things. But this is our conference planning committee. These are the folks that put in that 6 months worth of effort to make this thing run, and they literally eat, drink, and sleep this. There are many nights, weekends, and overnights, and other things that go into this conference, and these are the folks that are doing that. So give them a round of applause, too.
Please, sir, am I allowed to come on the stage now?
You may. I mean, if you're going to do the whole...
I feel obligated to point out that this is the first time Seth's ever been the tall guy in the back row. That's why he likes the slide.
Okay.
I got you. No, but like I was saying, who's heard this called TroyCon before? If you haven't,
don't raise your hand.
There's a reason it's called TroyCon, because there is one person who puts in, he says Mike puts in the most hours, and I can believe that, but if there is anyone who competes with Mike, it's Troy, who very likely puts in more, not just time, his house, his personal, for years and years and years, SAINTCON was Troy's personal money out of his own pocket. It happens now because he makes it happen. Anything falls through the crack from anyone on the slide here, Troy makes up the difference. Anything happens from a volunteer that doesn't happen, Troy makes up the difference. His wife's down there. She also needs a shout out because she puts up with a lot of this. So Burley's down at registration, and she deserves all that applause, but Troy also deserves applause because really, even though there's all these people, it literally would not happen without Troy there calling every week saying, Matt, what the crap? Why have you not done your stuff yet?
I never say that.
He uses stronger words that I'm told not to use.
I don't. I just Matt, are you there?
But really,
hello?
like if you like this conference, this is who you thank for the conference. So everyone give Troy a big thank you and a round of applause.
It's a true labor of love. I don't deserve nearly as much credit as being given. Yeah, I'm passionate about it. I really am. It's in my blood. I love to inspire people. I mentioned it over there before. The biggest reward for me is the aha moment times when I can see when that kid or that adult or that person gets security or gets vulnerability for that first time and realizes, hey, this is cool, and I can make a career out of this. And I wouldn't even dare put anybody on the spot, but I'll share with you really briefly a conversation that I had earlier this week when I was down and couldn't move more than 10 feet at a time because, hey, he's got Yoda mini badges, hey, he's got Yoda mini badges, kind of thing, which is a thing, I guess, right? But somebody stopped me and said, hey, thank you for what you do. I said, yeah, great, that's fine, you know, it's a community effort. And he says, no, thank you for being the one that inspired me, because now I'm in a cybersecurity career. It's improved my life outcomes. I was on a totally different trajectory, and I came here, and I had an opportunity to have this light bulb moment, and my whole trajectory changed, and I'm way better off for it. And it's not about the money that you make if you're in cybersecurity, because the money's not bad for a lot of cybersecurity jobs and things like that, but when you can improve somebody's life, that's all the thanks that I need, and I received that this year.
Raise your hand if that's you. If your life has been...
That's all right. Get off the stage.
I'll share with Troy. Raise your hand if that's you. How many of you have bettered your life, your career, or your knowledge through what this man has done? Yeah. Thank you. Again.
All right. It's time for me to get off the stage now. Okay.
He feels warm and fuzzy. He's happy now.
Yeah. That's all I need. Okay, there'll be 2 SAINTCONs now, and instead of just one more, right?
One where we all get to hug Troy.
Okay.
And one where we
if you would like to come up and have an awkward hug later or something, that's fine. Okay, here we're going to do, just so we're keeping on time here, that's 20 minutes. That's not bad for the kind of intro into things. The next thing up here, we're going to talk about the contest awards. This is our award ceremony section dedicated to these 2 fine folks who have run the contests this year. And so we're going to let them plug in and take us through all the things. And you're going to have this mic as your hand off. Okay.
So while Josh gets started, when he says contests and communities, that's basically everything that happened down on the first floor. Actually, that's a lie. The contest happened everywhere. So it's awesome. We couldn't have done these without the help of the various people, that the staff, the volunteers, and other people like Standard. I'd like to thank the Academy. I wouldn't be here without all the little people. Thanks, Todd. No, but really, like a lot of what Troy said, the reason that everyone comes back is because we love the people. We want to hang out with you guys. And if I didn't have staff and volunteers, I'd have to work the whole time, but instead I get to hang out with people. And I appreciate that they do my job for me. But really, we have all these amazing communities, and I hope you all got a chance to visit these. We had some of these come through at the last minute. Healthcare hacking, you wouldn't know it, but they had about 3 weeks notice to put that together.
We had a lot of new amazing communities this year.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm glad. All these new ones. So healthcare hacking was new. AppSec was one that somebody who feels, again, all these, if someone feels passionate about something and comes to me. A big shout out. Healthcare hacking was Bruce from IHC came to us and said, hey, I want to do something about healthcare because I care about healthcare and I want to make it more secure. AppSec was Seth Manessi and Seth Law came to me and said, hey, I do AppSec and I care about this in my daily life. I want to teach people about it. Home Labs, Clipper, if you're here, holy crap. He came to me and said, hey, do you think people might be interested in home lab stuff? No, people don't like that crap. It was awesome to see what they threw together and how big it was. Hardware hacking, again, Professor Plum and Hamster. two of the smartest people in the world to learn that from. If you didn't take that opportunity, it was missed, and I hope they're back. Well, if a plug for them, please come back. Badge support was official this year. Everyone knows Mike and Katie. They do amazing every year, and I hope that having space this year officially allocated made your life a little bit better, because it was well-deserved. But yeah, it was awesome, and the communities were great. That's not to belittle these other ones that were there before, but it was outstanding. It was fun. We all loved seeing you and watching you learn and getting something out of it.
That's it.
Okay?
Thank you, communities. We loved you. Please come back, and if you have an idea for a new community, bring it to us for next year.
Absolutely. We're going through, and everything will renew, and we'll do a call for communities probably February or probably March-ish. If you have an idea, let's do it. Bring it.
Thank you to our contests. Several other communities brought, you stay up here, Matt. Several other communities brought contests with them as well, but we also have some long-standing contests that they're stalwart and staunch, and without the community, but they bring you some fun, something to do and to compete against each other, to prove your skills, or to just relax. So, though I don't think anybody actually relaxed that won. First up, if I have any contests or communities folks that feel like they're going to be on a stage to say names, please make sure you're up here. We'll get you on quick. First up, we've got RFID.
Logan.
Okay.
Run, Forrest. Sorry, you're not that old. You don't get
There
that
you go.
reference.
Woo! You want to tell us a little bit about your contest and our first place winner?
Yeah, so this year we had a bunch of different cards that would open a card reader, and they were different kinds, ranging from a super easy card, low frequency, all the way up to I-Class SE, which technically can't be cloned, but there is a bypass. And so we had 2 people who were able to do that hard challenge this year. Our first place winner was Rat Vader, and we have a Prox Mark III for him. So everybody clap for that.
If you won and you have prizes, please come up afterwards. We will give them to you at the end of closing ceremonies. Next up, scavenger hunt. I think we had someone.
Yeah, Marv had to go home. I don't know if you guys know Marv, but he had, anyway, his legs broken up, and he came literally through the pain to be here for the scavenger hunt. And I will say that I got the most laughs personally out of the scavenger hunt, watching people look for the random stuff. I don't know where he comes up with these ideas. Possibly some of the most random things I've ever seen on a scavenger hunt. But it was awesome to see people. I saw pink Green Day LPs. I saw a whole bunch of random things that I didn't think I'd see at SAINTCON. But yeah,
Bidirectional diodes.
I don't even know. I have no word. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So for the scavenger hunt, again, there were a ton of people, and at the very end, I think that one person pushed through, but third place, 801 Labs. Give them a hand. Second place, TFQ.
I think so.
They're a husband and wife that aren't here, but they did an amazing job, and kind of this is their first conference, and they decided to jump in, and at their very first conference, they took second place in scavenger hunt, which is impressive. And first place was Professor. Are you here? All right. Woo. Give him a nice round of applause. Come up for your prizes after this. We appreciate that. And again, literally buckets of things came in for this. It was a ton of fun to watch.
And there's a little breakdown of scoring overall. He's my sent me a slide. Password cracking. I think Q wanted me to handle this. So password cracking is a community that teaches you a little bit about password cracking, hash cracking, understanding the rigs, the hardware, and how to mostly assemble board lists and mutation rules so you can crack efficiently. So it's not just a raw brute force.
And I would say props go out to them this year for making it so that to be competitive, you didn't need to have 8 GTX 3090s. You could do it with, like, I was talking to one of the attendees, and he said on his laptop he was in second place. And that is hard from a creation of the contest perspective to do that. And so props to them for doing that, but props also to the people who won.
They came back with some awesome hardware to show off, welcomed a lot of players, and got a lot of people involved, as Zodiac said. So they came as a contest. They started the community. They came back as a contest. They've done awesome. Over 100 people played. People had a lot of fun. So in second place, the third place. we have Den Secure. In second place, we have Gluttony. Go ahead and give these two an applause. And in first place for the password cracking contest this year is the USHE Goblins.
We want to see the Green Goblin come get the prize. No prize is given unless it's the Green Goblin. And if you don't know that, find one of them and ask for the story.
Next up, Los Santos. This is a contest ran by our good friend Keen. He does awesome at it, and he's brought it back for years and amazes us every time.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, it's an escape from a kidnapping simulation scenario, and it's been awesome. We've had kids at 9 years old participating in teams and in singles. This year had way more teams get out there and do the challenge. And I don't know what comes up first. Okay, so for second place on our teams, it was Courtney and Alex, actually, but it's okay. I probably wrote it wrong. But Courtney and Alex, but they're married. They're both Wallens, so we can be happy for them. The couples that escape together, they stay together. Because you don't leave your wife in a closet.
My apologies on this typo error.
And he didn't. So, but and then the last, the first place team is Bear Jump and Casey Brown. Woo! Good job, guys. Way to work it. And then we only had a few of the singles. So if you guys are interested in learning how to do that, come do it next year. And it was Thanes that took first place. Come see me after this is all done. We'll get you what you got.
Thanks, Keen. A new addition this year. The health care hacking community brought a little bit of the competition of themselves. Woo! And we have to get him to the SAINTCON
We just
hospital.
got just about got some healthcare hacking right there.
I wanted to make sure I made a memorable entrance. I was not planning on that. Okay. Yeah, SAINTCON Hospital. Did you
Bruce?
have the names on there?
Yeah, I have the names when you're ready for them. So Bruce Firth brought it out
Yes.
and totally owned it for us this year. Thanks.
Well, yeah, thanks, and certainly thanks to my team that just really helped at the last minute. Oh, good, you got it there. So we threw together a capture the flag, like was mentioned, in about 3 weeks, and so we had to take for first place, second, and third those that finished it completely. Next year, we'll try to make something a little more challenging. So, just real quick, in third place was Cash Coach, I guess. How do you say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Second place, the High Trust team, Skamis Tiomner, Code Guru 42, and Fermium. Does that sound right? Okay, great. Yeah. And in first place was a team of one, Phoenix. Phoenix, you still around?
And I will make a call out for Phoenix. He's a first timer here at SAINTCON.
Yeah.
And he owned it.
Yep, there you go. So, yeah, congratulations. You guys come get your prizes from us later. Thanks.
Thanks.
I love seeing all these first timers up on the board winning stuff. It's awesome. And these are open to anyone. Anyone can win. Chuck and Amelia, you out there? You're coming. Okay. You're not healthcare hacking. You just have to do it stealthily and not let anyone know you were there.
Exactly. Undetected, right? So yeah, thank you for everyone who came and stopped by our booth and interacted. We also had our contest. We had about 28 entries, and we did it team this year, so they were team challenges. So
For those that haven't played Tamper Evident, basically you're given a box. Just give us a quick rundown.
yeah.
30 seconds.
So you were given kind of like a mini box, right? It's your mini briefcase. They were actually handcuffed to it. They had to go through multiple layers of tamper-evident devices, right? Had to bypass it and make sure it looked like you didn't get in. And they actually had to replace a fingerprint this year. So they had to lift up the tape, wipe it off, and put their own chocolate-covered fingerprint on it. So we had some great entries this year. It was actually came down to a tie of first and second, and deciding factor was speed. So, but in third place we had Risk Services, and then in second place the Belch, and then in first place we had Garfield. So, thank you.
And some of these, Tamper Evidence, a great example of where even if you weren't competing in the competition, they had things for you to go and do. I personally used it to remove RFID stickers that I put where I shouldn't have. It's good. And JC thanks you, Amelia, because he's where I put them where they shouldn't have been, and he appreciates that they moved.
All right, hello everyone. We had a very big update this year. So we overhauled our entire vault. Our goal was to use commercial grade metal doors, construction. We even increased the locks. We had skiff locks. We had trilogy locks that you see in airports to restrict access. We had high frequency I-class readers. Big upgrade. We removed the runs, so there's no more timed approach. You didn't have to gather a team and wait. Everything was self-service, externally facing. Who had an opportunity to experience the vault? Are you not impressed? All right, who here got to play with the safes? Woo! I'm bringing more safes next year. All right, so it sounds like you kind of liked it. Maybe not. It's good, all right, I'll bring it. We also had the safe cracking. All of our doors, all of our safes every day got progressively harder, one after another. We had an attendee who this was her first information security conference, went through all of our safes, had no safe cracking experience. Woo! Yeah! That blew me away. I still can't figure it out, and I run the thing. However, I just want to say we couldn't make this happen without the help of our team. Thank you. I want to recognize my right-hand man, Kyle, who's tearing it down right now. Also, Snow for her help, Davis, who couldn't be here, and our newest team member, Sir Ged, who helped with the 3D printing. I also want to thank the RFID, IoT, and lockpicking who helped our attendees, tools, knowledge. Thank you all because you made the competition that much harder for our first and second place teams. So with that, I'd like to announce our second place team, Bear Jump. I think that's the second victory they have now. Woo! Excellent. And then to the victor goes the spoils, our first place team for Amazon gift cards, high tech, low tech. Woo! All right, thanks everyone, and we'll see you next year. If you have ideas or new challenges, come see me.
Badge challenge. This year, a real new addition as a full-on competition. We had the badge challenge. And Mike and his team, Redacted, really rocked it out of the world this year. It was some good fun.
Yeah, so huge thank you to Redacted. He built the entire back end and the code that ran on the kiosks that all the badges interacted with. Couldn't have done it without him, so thank you. Yeah. Yes. So a few people had issues with their LEDs. There is updated firmware on the GitHub, links on the back of your badge, and instructions on how to do that, and it fixes some of the LED problems people are having. I do have extra mini badges of mine, and lots of extra of the expansion mini badge wings. Come find me after. I've got tons of them. Yeah, we're not using them next year. We don't want them. Come get them. A quick note, when you go play these types of games, please don't attack the infrastructure, right? The kiosks themselves are not to be tampered with, right? Don't open them up, please. Anything that is external to the kiosk, right? Please hack your badge, play with it, man in the middle between your badge and the kiosk. That's awesome and great. Do not attack the actual machine itself.
Thank you.
Okay. So who actually played the game? Awesome. Who finished the game? Nice. All right. So we had randomized games per user, which was awesome and funny to see people try to tag team it, and it really just didn't work. But we had 569 people play the game, 9,000 suggestions, 300 accusations, and 250 people finished the game and unlocked their badge.
Good job.
Yeah. So for prizes, we've got some Raspberry Pi Pico development kits for everyone. And then first place actually gets a mini badge designed by me, and they'll get 100 of them next year to pass out.
Sweet.
So, yeah. So in third place, we had N. Walton 737. Second place, I don't even know how you pronounce that. 5YND2UM. Whatever that is. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever that means. And in first place, Tofu.
Woo!
Thank you.
Is there any other contests or communities that needed to say something on the stage that we missed? Thank you.
I'm going to leave because this one is all Josh. He did all the work, and I don't want to steal any of his thunder because Josh pours his heart and soul into this Hackers Challenge. So he deserves the stage alone for a minute on this one.
The black badge at SAINTCON allows an attendee to come back every year with free entry. Beyond that, it's a badge of honor and pride for the efforts and the hours spent in playing a challenging and difficult game. This year, as most years, there's only one black badge awarded for contests, and that is for the Hackers Challenge contest. I, as the Hackers Challenge Game Master this year, had a ton of help and can't say thank you enough to the staff members that joined me and made this a load that I could continue to carry and deliver a game that you guys love. Thank you, Rigel. Thank you, Santiago. Please give them a big round of applause. I will be back. This year in the Hackers Challenge, we had a ton of competitors and had a lot of fun. If you missed the Hackers Challenge Shakedown and want all of the stats, it was recorded, and you can find it on the YouTube stream. In third place, we had Nope Sled. In second place, we had Lego Clones. And I have to say that this morning, there was reversals like 3 times back and forth between second, third, and first. So it was a tight competition. They all deserved to win, but only one could, and pulled ahead at the last minute with Taco Singularity. Beyond the number of prizes, there is this handmade gold Hacker Challenge trophy designed by my dear wife, and the black badge. Congratulations, Taco Singularity. Please find me afterwards to gather the last of your prizes. And everybody else, I hope you have some fun competitions. Thank you for playing, and come play next year. This is not a troll. We want your feedback on communities and contests. Please scan it and give us your feedback. Thank you. It is also on Discord. Troy, it's all you.
All right. We're done, basically. So I just get a last couple of few words. They've done an amazing job, all of the committee members, everybody else. I'm not asking for more applause. They are very well deserving of all of the gratitude and things that I can portray. This is the end of SAINTCON, but I often get asked right after this, like, what can we do to help? So I'm just going to answer the question right now. There's a lot of teardown and other things that we have to do in order to be able to get out of here and go home and start sleeping and making up for the hours of sleep that we've missed. And so if you are willing and wanting to help, a couple of things that you can do is that, like the power strips, not the things, not the runs of power cords, but just the power strips themselves. If you can pick them up when we're done here and to like set them on the desk to make them easier for people to grab and put away, things like that are easy. If you have more time that you can dedicate to helping us tear things down, go find one of the committee members downstairs in the expo floor. That's where the majority of the tear down and other things happen. Please don't tear down much of the AV stuff here. If you're really interested in tearing down AV, John right over here, you can come up and ask for permission to help, but we want to make sure that the AV gear is treated carefully, and so he's got some volunteers and things generally arranged for that. But that's really it. We appreciate you being here. We hope that we've impressed you to come back again and join us. Grab a lunch on the way out if you didn't get one, and we will see you next year.